Okay, ladies, we'll give it a go. I did a large thumbnail sketch of the photograph that I sent Carolyn to share with you guys. And I just wanted to talk to you about this a little bit. This is just so you can kind of get an idea about when you're actually going to draw it on the canvas, how large you need to make your proportions. If you look at this, you'll see that I've actually drawn it off the canvas. And that was because I started really big and it ended up maybe being a little bigger than the picture, and so things went off the canvas, and that's okay for them to go off the canvas. Better to have it go off than to have it come right up to the edge, because then it looks like it's squinched. So you can either start with a smaller drawing so that it nicely fits into the canvas, or you can extend things out over the canvas, and both options are fine. So I did a lot of erasing and you could see a lot of circling just to try to work it out. But just by drawing it, just even on a piece of paper, which you said 11 by 14, so this is like 5.5 by 7. So it's the same proportions, the box that I made. It's the same proportions, but it just gives you an idea of, when you start drawing on the canvas, you have a better idea of how big you need to make things if you're happy with your thumbnail sketch. And you can do as many of those as you want. Then the other thing you'll notice is there's two lines, one that is about 2/3 of the canvas going horizontal, and then one that makes a small square going vertical. And that has to do with composition. And so you never want your subject to be smack dab in the middle of the picture. Sarah Javahari can probably explain all this composition stuff in more detail when you guys are working together. But by dividing it up into 2/3, on one portion can be the top or the bottom. I just felt like that the juicy cut lemon was sort of a focal point in a way. But you notice it's not right in the middle. And then the other square has to do with just dividing things up. I don't really understand that, but this is why I'm not a good teacher. But my teacher always taught me to do that. And so that little square has some visual interest in it as well. But the main focal point for me is the cut lemon. So you can see I drew out and over the canvas so that you can see what it's like if you draw through. Like if I zoom in, then I've got this extending out, and that's not uncommon for still lifes where things go off the picture. So you could do it either way. There's no right or wrong. They're both good. And then I just did some basic shadowing to give myself an idea of how I'm going to address the highlights and the shadow area. And the other thing is, the photograph is on a white background, but you can change that if you want to do something different. So if you do, just keep in mind that you want to be able to still get your shadows in. And when we paint the shadows, we're not going to just do brown. We're going to do either a warm shadow or a cool shadow. And I'll show you that when we're mixing color. I'm not used to working with acrylics, so it's a bit of a learning curve for me as well. But anyway, this is something that I want you guys to do. And then you'll be more confident when you draw it on the canvas. And if you have your canvas, once you do the thumbnail sketch, then you can even get your canvases drawn before you all get together, which I really recommend, because then you don't have the pressure and you can just take your time. Everybody can get their drawing done. And like I said, it can be bigger or smaller. There's no right or wrong. It's your painting. It's your composition. But by having those done when you come in, you can work out any issues that you have in the privacy of your own home without the embarrassing aspects of drawing in front of people. I literally scribbled and erased so many times. You can see my lines that I sort of erased to try to get the right shape. So that's why it's nice to work it out on paper. I also did one thing. I changed the leaf on the left because I felt like it was going down in the same direction as the lemon was pointing, and it just seemed kind of boring. So I perked it up and sent it up. So you have liberty to do things like that. So that's it for now. This is lesson 1. I suggest you get it done on thumbnail, and then when you're happy with that, do it on your canvas. Now, don't draw too darkly on the canvas because you are going to want to probably erase. And canvases are pretty soft, so you don't want to press too hard because it can make indentations. They also have canvas panels. And canvas panels, if you haven't bought your canvases yet, the nice thing about canvas panels is that it's like a hardboard covered with canvas, but it will fit easily in just about any frame, like a photograph frame. So you're not stuck having to find a frame that's deep, and it just gives you a little more flexibility. And then you can press a little harder when you're drawing, but not too hard. You still want to be able to erase the lines that you don't like. So I'm going to try to send this to Carolyn. It's awfully long, so hopefully I can do this. But when you guys get your canvases drawn, let me know, and then I can send you another video. Okay. All right, bye.